If you think fans who only spend $3 aren't worth your time, you're actually leaving thousands of dollars on the table. I'm going to show you how one $3 fan can become your biggest spender, and why that first dollar they give you is the most important money you will ever make. I'm Melrose Michaels, and I have built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses in the adult industry by treating it like a business and not a side hustle. And I help other adult creators do the same thing right here on SWCEO. Now, the moment a fan spends their first dollar with you, they're telling you something so powerful. I trust you to deliver on your promise. And once that trust is earned, it is your job to grow it into a long-term, high-value relationship. Let's think about Amazon, all ethical concerns aside. I just want to use an example that everyone's going to be able to relate to. The first time you buy on Amazon, you might order something cheap, right? A $5 phone charger. But when it arrives on time and exactly as promised, you start trusting Amazon. Over time, you buy more and more, and then you spend more and more, and you stop thinking twice about clicking the buy now button. Your fans are no different. But here's where many adult creators get it wrong. They ignore fans who only tip $1 or $3 or $5 or buy a low-priced video or service offer from you. They think that those fans are low spenders. But what they don't understand is that when you get them to spend that first dollar and deliver the value you offered, you encourage them to keep spending. Before I give you a step-by-step framework on how to get fans to spend their first dollar with you and nurture them into spending a whole lot more, I want to clarify a huge misconception that I've been hearing a lot from adult creators. Some of you tend to think that you should only be spending time and energy on a handful of big whales instead of doing the work of trying to sell 100 or so fans effectively. And here's why that logic is flawed. The average creator usually has between 1 and 5 whale spenders, and if the entirety of your business hinges on that, you can never ever afford to lose any of them. That means when they get needy or entitled or push your boundaries, you won't feel comfortable telling them no. And that is when they'll likely disappear and you likely won't be able to pay your bills. It is so much more sustainable to have 100 spenders of varying degrees and sizes along with your whales. It is a guardrail to keeping your business sustainable and to keeping your income predictable. So many creators are way too reliant on those 1 to 5 big tippers, and they don't realize the huge threat they're building into their businesses by not taking the time to invest or nurture their fan base. That said, how do we do it? How do we get a new fan to spend that very first dollar? And how do we grow them into spenders, large spenders, or even whale ones? Well, there's a framework for that. Step 1 is simple. It's making that first transaction frictionless. Offer something low cost but high value. Think under the $5 mark. Maybe it's a nude pic. Maybe it's a written custom sexting session for 10 minutes in DMs, or maybe a compilation video for new fans to show the variety of content you have available and hook them into purchasing the full-length video of one of the clips you featured. Maybe it's a dick rating, either written text only or an audio clip or a short selfie-style video. Whatever it is, you're going to price it low. It should be priced between $1 and $5, depending on what the lowest tip amount or purchase amount is for your adult platform that you're selling it on. That is how you get them to spend their very first dollar on you, and how you demonstrate that you can be trusted to deliver in return on it. Step 2, we over-deliver immediately. You're gonna respond faster than they would expect. You're gonna give them more than they paid for. This is how you just blow them away out the gates early. If they bought a written dick rating, for example, send them an audio instead and caption it, "I upgraded you to an audio rating because I wanted you to hear it in my voice how much I loved that pic you sent me." Whatever your low offer or entry offer item is to get them to spend that first dollar, step 2 is where you give them more than that. It's when you give them a little extra value, a little something else on top. Now, this brings us to step 3, the follow-up message. You want to send a message after delivery. Say something like, "Did you enjoy it?" This isn't just polite, it keeps them engaged and it keeps opening doors for you to make your next offer. Again, use the rating example. You could say something like, I'd love to see that in action. Tell me what kind of things turn you on. This is going to engage them to keep conversating. It's going to build rapport with you, and it's foundational to the relationship you're trying to build with this customer. And this is what brings us to step 4. This is where you upsell strategically. Once the customer or fan is happy and they've engaged back with you and they're responding, you're going to invite them to buy something bigger. Oh, so you're into that? I have always had this fantasy about insert whatever they're into. Do you have some time now to help me explore that with a little sexting session? I'm so curious how you would do that to me. Insert whatever thing they like. Now you've begun upselling them on tipping for a sexting session, spending more than $1. You could also upsell them to content. So maybe they tell you they're into X thing and you have videos of that already. You can upsell them on that video, or maybe later on a bundle of videos like that, or maybe later on a custom video. You're going to gradually increase their customer spend along the way as you continue to engage the fan. This works because of a principle called customer lifetime value, or LTV. In mainstream businesses, companies spend millions just to get you to buy one time. And they do that because they know once they deliver on whatever it is they're promising you, you'll likely come back and buy again and again. You can think about this in terms of coffee shops that offer $1 for your first coffee, or even apps in your app store, whatever it might be, Team Apple, where they say it's a 99-cent trial and then a month later it renews at a higher rate. The point being, they are all playing the long game, and there's absolutely no reason you as an adult content creator should not be playing the exact same one. One creator in my CEO Society community had a fan who only spent $3 on a short topless clip, but then she followed up with a personalized thank you video and offered a 15-minute custom dick rating video. Now, this same fan of hers went on to spend $600 in their very first month with her. And the reason this happened is because she got them to spend that first dollar and she over-delivered in their first interaction. None of which would have been possible if she ignored that small spender who showed up as a new subscriber on her platform. And for me personally, I had a fan that went 5+ years who hardly spent more than $50 a month with me. But I stayed in contact with them, I built a bunch of rapport, I built the relationship, and that fan now, 5 years later, is my #1 spender. All because I didn't write them off the minute they didn't seem valuable enough. So the first dollar, it isn't small. It's just the seed that you plant to train them on buying behavior. You have to make that first purchase easy, and then you want to over-deliver, follow up, and invite them to the next step, upselling them on something else. Grow their customer spend larger and larger and larger with every single purchase, and that is how you turn a casual fan into a loyal, high-value supporter. If you found this video breakdown helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a strategy that could make you more money. But if you are so serious about implementing this right now across your adult platforms, and you want, captions, sales messages, and content ideas written for you, try GPTs.ai. It is basically like having your own little AI assistant built specifically for the adult industry and for adult creators. GPTs can help you caption your fan site posts, script your explicit videos, and even find trending content niches that you can tap into before anyone else catches on the trends. The link to that is in the description below. So go and get it set up and start making that first dollar the beginning of so many. Thank you so much for watching CEO Squad, and I'll see you in the next one.